work, and they've been huge supporters of ours since that time. They've mentored and coached us over the course of the past two years, and they have an excellent model for us to be working against. As you'll hear from the speaker coming up next, they've collectively reduced their carbon emissions by over 800,000 tons, which is as a result of working with 95 organizations across their community of all sizes. And so we think this is an excellent model for us to be working towards as we look ahead. We've had a fantastic pledging partner and observing organization talk about their stories, and I've mentioned some of what we've done over the past year. We're hoping this will help you see where we think we can go over the next 10.
Our experience in Silicon Valley, and it's my pleasure to be with you today remotely. I look forward to continuing relationship with Sustainable Waterloo. It's been my pleasure to help mentor your organization, and I'm happy to be a part of this event remotely and prematurely, since I'm on vacation while you're watching this. Thanks for having me. First thing I'd like to do is tell you a little bit about Sustainable Silicon Valley's history. It started as an idea way back in 2000, and my boss at the time, working for the California Environmental Protection Agency, was giving a speech in Silicon Valley where several people from the business community came up to him afterwards. He had been talking about sustainability, and they said, "We want to do something here where we live and work. What can we do together?" And out of that was born the idea of doing a regional environmental management system. These companies all had environmental management systems within their own companies, but nobody had done one regionally as far as we knew in the world. So we decided to apply this systematic approach to environmental issues and figure out how to do it together. And Sustainable Silicon Valley started with a few businesses, governments, non-governmental organizations, and academic institutions. That was in 2001 that it really formed, and it was a project of the California Environmental Protection Agency. And in 2003, when I took over the project, we set a target of a 20% reduction in carbon dioxide emissions by the year 2010, based on 1990 levels. And in 2005, we formed an advisory council, and on that advisory council is Bruce Clafter, who will be speaking with you after me. Our goals right now are supporting our partners in reducing carbon dioxide emissions, and we do this through energy conservation, also through encouraging renewable sources of energy and clean transportation. Our partners mentor one another through our educational forums and events, and that helps. Peer-to-peer learning helps people where they felt siloed and alone no longer feel that way. It's made a big difference to Silicon Valley, and I'll share with you some of the statistics about that. The majority of our partners are companies. 73 of them are from businesses. 38 are from local governments, and 10 are from nonprofits, and 3 are from academics institutions. Our most recent published report shows that CO2 emissions by our Sustainable Silicon Valley members have been reduced by 851,000 tons. That's equivalent to 102,000 cars off the road for a year. And we have shown that Sustainable Silicon Valley partners are outperforming the Valley by more than a 2-to-1 margin. So the Valley as a whole has reduced their emissions by 12%, but our partners from the 2000 to 2007 data reporting group showed a 27% reduction. What's changed for us in Sustainable Silicon Valley from the time we started in the early 2000s to now, climate change used to be something that people didn't know how to talk about. People didn't read about it in the paper. It wasn't on people's lips. Today, it's on everyone's lips and everyone's aware of it. So recognition is important, and we've accomplished a lot as a world in the last several years. But we have a long way to go. It also has drawn a lot of attention, but people's energy is divided among a lot of different accounting methods, and it's not necessarily clear to people what path to follow. So the more information that is available to people that's reliable, the more helpful it is for those who are attacking the problem in their businesses and in their organizations. If you want to get in touch with me when I get back from vacation, please feel free to email or give me a call. Here's my contact information, and also of our executive director. Thanks so much. It's great to be with you today.
So as she indicated, Bruce Clafton from Applied Materials, who is on their advisory board, will be in fact speaking next. And we're in the process of setting him up to conference in from California. So I'll give you a bit of background on Applied Materials. It's the global leader in nano manufacturing technology solutions and has a broad portfolio of innovative equipment, service, and software products for the fabrication of semiconductor chips, flat panel displays, solar photovoltaic cells, flexible electronics, and energy-efficient glass. So I'm hoping Bruce can provide us a bit more insight on that, as that was a bunch of gibberish to me. So Bruce, he's the Senior Director of Environmental Health and Safety for Applied Materials in Santa Clara, California. He also serves as head of the Corporate Responsibility and Sustainability Unit for the company. So Bruce, can you hear us here?
So first of all, let me offer my congratulations to
Sorry,
everybody.
Bruce, can you, there you go. Okay, terrific, I'll leave you to that.
Okay. So congratulations on your anniversary. I was listening to some of the presentations, and they were very inspiring to me, actually. I think one of the lessons I've learned through Sustainable Silicon Valley is there's always something to learn from others, and we have found that the collaboration has been very beneficial to our program. So let me just say a few things about Applied Materials and about what we've been doing, and then I'll close with a couple of comments on Sustainable Silicon Valley and how we've been working through this wonderful collaborative effort. So, as Lisa was mentioning, we're an equipment company, capital equipment. So you can see a couple photos on this page, very large, in some cases tens of thousands of pounds in terms of the weight. The size is tremendous. Our customers are other companies who make the end product, so we're entirely a business-to-business company. I think the important thing in terms of context is we're about 12,500 employees. Last year we were about $5 billion in revenue, and since we're talking about CO2 and carbon today, our carbon footprint is roughly about 230,000 metric tons globally. That includes about 35 to 40,000 metric tons alone in business travel. And also, for a little perspective, in terms of Scope 1 and Scope 2 emissions, which were mentioned by the mayor of Waterloo, our Scope 1 emissions are only about 20% of our footprint, so about 80% of our challenge lies in all the electricity and natural gas that we purchase. So let me tell you a little bit about what we've been doing. We became a pledging member of Sustainable Silicon Valley in 2006, and forgive the kind of strange appearance of this slide. We were trying to leave some room in the upper right corner for my video feed. We have divided our sustainability programs into these four areas: energy efficiency, green energy, pollution prevention and operations, and very importantly, employee engagement. Underlying everything we do, we try and engage our employees so that they can contribute to all of our initiatives, educate them, inspire them, motivate them. This includes both at work, at home, and out in the communities in which they reside. So I won't go over each and every one of these bullets here, but I wanted to leave you with the notion that we are looking across our entire enterprise, trying to identify the best projects that we possibly can that meet our objectives, and we evaluate them in a number of ways. We look at the return on investment, of course, but we're also looking at the environmental impact that we can mitigate for these projects. How much CO2 can we abate or avoid? How can we reduce our waste? How can we improve the footprint of all of our operations? And we've come up with many of these on our own, but we've also emulated what a lot of our partners in Sustainable Silicon Valley